So, San Diego Comic-Con 2022 heating up this weekend, and to kick things off, Hasbro has started with a Transformers panel, and they had a bunch of reveals. Very exciting news for a lot of Transformers fans, especially fans of the Legacy line or Generations, Universe, Henkei, Classics line. We are in for a treat with the next few months, few weeks, the remaining half of 2022. We got a lot of things to unpack. Let's get right to it. So we begin with a new addition to the Shattered Glass line. We have the heroic Decepticon Flame War and Fire Glide. Flame War is a retool, sadly, of the Prime Universe Legacy RC and the Taraxodon and whatever the Pteranodon turns into an axe. The colors are unbelievable. I'm loving the colors of this figure. It's just a shame that they used a crappy figure mold to repurpose and redeco. But you know, I'm into the Shattered Glass line, and I really don't have a choice but to get this figure just to complete the whole line. So I'm trying to get everybody and have a complete set of the Shattered Glass Legacy Universe Generations line. So we'll see. Hopefully the colors will offset the shortcomings of the figure. Next up, we finally have the third, I guess the third figure in the DK line, the Diaclone line. We have the blue redeco of Trailbreaker. We have the DK Breaker, and he's looking good. I actually had this one on pre-order as soon as it was revealed. I looked for pre-orders and I had to get this one because we have the Diaclone colors of Sunstreaker. We've already gotten the Diaclone colors of Ironhide. Now the third one, DK3 Breaker. Very excited for this figure. The colors are just amazing. It makes the whole figure and even has alt mode pop. Next up, some reissues. Not really interested in these. With regard Beast Wars, I'm actually more biased to just collecting the modern figures, the ones from Kingdom and now from Legacy. The vintage ones, I'm trying to stay away from these. Next up, we have the Walmart exclusive Velocitron Speedia 500 line of figures. You've got 1 Leader Class, 2 Voyagers, and 4 Deluxes. Hooray for exclusives! I mean, this is just what collectors need. More exclusives of figures that we really need. So we've got Scourge, or Nemesis Prime / Scourge. We've got Hauler. This looks really nice. I'm debating if I should get this one. I didn't have him on pre-order. I'm probably gonna wait for him. Just if I see retail stocks, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll decide whether to get this guy or not. This one I have on pre-order. Oh my goodness, he looks great. Quite an improvement from the Cybertron figure. And then we have Clampdown. This looks great. This figure is probably, well, the mold's been reused for the nth time, but he still looks great and definitely one of the best figures in this Velocitron wave. And then we have the Diaclone version of Skids. I don't know, this one I didn't pre-order. I felt that I would probably make a better decision once I actually see the figure in hand, once I see it in store stocks. Hobby shops will probably have these Walmart exclusives, so I'm gonna wait. Oh, and this mold again. Oh my god, Road Rocket. Definitely not pre-ordering this figure, but again, like I mentioned with Flame War, if the colors offset the ugliness of the mold, I might just go ahead and pick it up. But again, I want to wait for stocks to arrive in stores and just look at this one in hand before making a decision. Blur is amazing. Oh my goodness. Again, one of the gems of this line. This is probably the best version of this Blur mold. Definitely one to pick up. And finally, Cosmos. This is the figure that everyone is gunning for. I mean, I immediately waited for the pre-orders to show up, And as soon as it came up, a minute after, I had locked in my pre-order for this one at a local hobby shop. And like less than an hour, the pre-orders were closed. The hobby shop had to discontinue the pre-order because it was sold out. Everybody's gunning for this figure, and oh my goodness, if you haven't pre-ordered this figure, I reckon it's one of those figures that will be impossible to find, given that it is an exclusive, and it's probably the only figure in this series of Walmart exclusives that everyone will be gunning for, including the scalpers, hoarders, and hardcore collectors. So best of luck, man. I'm very excited to get this figure. This is looking to be the best version of Cosmos. And then we have Armada Starstream. Oh my goodness, look at the proportions, the colors, looking good. And we have Point Blank. I'm thinking they could redeco this into Armada Blur. I don't know. We'll see. But as it is, the figure looks great. Then Crankcase. It looks to be a heavy retool of the Skids mold. A little bit disappointing. I was expecting a little bit more from this figure, given that the Cybertron version of this figure, or I guess Energon or Armada, the Unicron trilogy figure for this guy was really good back in the day, and so they're using kind of a heavy retool on the Skids mold. We'll see. Then we've got Dead End. Menasaur is slowly taking shape. We've got the fourth member of the Stunticons for the Legacy line. I'm so excited for this one. I reckon he's got the same engineering as Dragstrip, and that little slot right there, that button right there, you depress it, the hip and leg assembly will just split from the upper torso. This is looking to be a very good figure. And then we have the Transmetal 2 Leader Class Beast Wars Megatron. I had high expectations for this figure, and to be quite honest, the reveal is a little bit of a letdown. They've shown the box, and I don't know. I could be judging the figure way too quickly, but I was really expecting some metallic colorations, a lot of chrome parts or metallic chrome. I mean, it's not unheard of for Hasbro to use the vac metal technology for putting some chrome bits in their figures. I mean, this is a leader class. I think collectors will pay for that kind of treatment, and it's sad that there's no metallic bits. There's no. I was really kind of hoping for some chrome, some red chrome on this figure, but yeah, again, this is a little bit of a letdown, but we'll have to wait and see. I will reserve final judgment once I actually have the figure in hand. And then we have Inferno. Oh my goodness, finally, the Season 1 Predacons are going to be complete with the addition of Voyager class Inferno. He looks great. He looks so much like how he did on the show. I just don't know if we're going to see a spinning rear end just like it was on the show. Maybe that's too much to ask for from Hasbro, but that would be awesome if that thing would spin. And then we have Skull Grin. I'm so glad they didn't repaint the other Pretender that we got for the first wave of the Legends Legacy figures. Is entirely new mold, and I think he transforms into that tank that was based off of the comic book. The alt mode looks amazing, and even the robot mode. I reckon, if I'm not mistaken, this is 20 steps. So it's a deluxe class figure, not a Legends class figure. That is interesting. I was completely expecting this one to be a Legends, or a core class, I should say. That is interesting. And if you remember the old comic books, they had him something looking like this. So good job on Hasbro for trying to give some fan service with this figure. And finally, we have the Alpha Trion and Orion packs 2-pack. And again, this is a PulseCon exclusive. Oh my goodness. Yes, hooray for exclusives. It'll be incredibly difficult to find this guy again. I'm hoping there'll be pre-orders because everybody wants, I'm sure everybody's gonna gun for this set because this is the best looking transforming Alpha Trine we've gotten. It's going to use the Scourge or Sweep mold. You know, part of me is not surprised that they did this because it makes sense. It's the figure that will closely resemble him in robot mode because of he sort of has that cape, but they didn't have to make him transforming. I mean, if they had given us a RED Alpha Trine, I would have bought it. But yeah, it kind of makes sense. The same with Orion packs. I mean, in the original Power of the Primes, I think, or Titan's Return Power of the Primes Orion packs. It also used the Headmaster Cup, the Titan's Return Cup, as a mold that they repainted, and it only makes sense that they are using the Studio Series Cup and turning him into Orion packs. The figure is a 2-pack that will come with Vector Sigma as well as the key to Vector Sigma. I thought this was pretty interesting. Lots of fan service right here. Here we have Orion packs. That is a wonderful looking head sculpt, and the colors are really great on this figure. The figure's design is so cartoon accurate. Oh my goodness. I think they could be packaging this as a Studio Series 86 2-pack and not as a legacy one. It only makes sense. This is the G1 Orion packs and Alpha Trion characters that we've all grown to love. As for Alpha Trion, the only thing missing really is they could have probably given him a staff, maybe the Forge of Solus Prime, some extra weapon other than the key to Vector Sigma and Vector Sigma. The sculpting and details is so cartoon accurate. I don't know, I could just be gushing too much, but it looks so accurate to the show from the colors. Maybe the colors are a little bit too dark, but the colors I think are pretty spot on. Purple, maroon, gray. I really like this one. Yeah, even in alt mode, the colors look great. Alt mode for Orion packs, no surprise there. So there you have it, guys. That's my take on the reveals for the Transformers panel at San Diego Comic-Con 2022 by Hasbro. Very exciting time to be a Transformers collector. Hopefully we get everything, and man, I'm just so sick and tired of exclusives. Some figures, amazing figures that we need that are just going to be very difficult to find because they are exclusives, or they're going to be short packed, or who knows if we're going to get them in Asia, or we'll have to get them through imports and all that. These are exciting reveals, and yet I'm worried that they'll be incredibly difficult to find, coupled with the fact that there's inflated costs on the prices of Transformers nowadays because of the global inflation and the scarcity of the stocks. Man, it's great to be a collector, and at the same time it kind of sucks to be a collector. So I don't know, just trying to keep positive. Hopefully we get everything. Hopefully if we do, I'll make sure to do a review of these figures, especially the new reveals. Hopefully we get them soon. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of these reveals from the San Diego Comic-Con 2022 Hasbro panel for Transformers. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.